Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlegger shows, Nestle, Sirs, peasants, vassals. Today we're going to answer the question, are the Syrians serious about rushing to Russia to buy Russian arms? I'm a useful idiot. So, the story goes that there's a huge Russian arms dealer. They're named Barona Export. And the United States has spent $1 billion with that company already. And like I say, this is a Russia, partially state-owned Russian arms exporter. And there's a recent $553 million deal the Pentagon set up to buy helicopters for Afghanistan forces. And there's a side story, of course, about the fact that the Afghan forces are not trained to use or maintain these helicopters yet, 30 Mi-17 helicopters. And the technical reason why the Pentagon is buying Russian arms for Afghanistan is they said that those particular helicopters are effective in that climate and terrain, and that for the most part, Afghanistan is more familiar with Russian weapons because that's what they used in the 80s. So this is an interesting situation because that's the exact same thing that happened in Iraq, of course. Iraq had been used to Russian weapons, and then we changed their entire military over, sell them a bunch of U.S. military arms, and then they end up going back to Russian weapons anyway. So I'm not sure who wins on that deal, where those U.S. weapons then end up on the market. So anyway, but the downside of this whole story, of course, is this same company, the same partially state-owned Russian arms exporter, is the main supplier of arms to Assad and the Syrian regime. So you can see where this gets smelly. And I guess there's been hearings and everything, but this hasn't been stopped. Congress banned these purchases from Barona Export in 2013, but the Pentagon just went around it by using funding that they had gotten from 2012 in order to continue this deal. But I suspect that at some point, now that this is getting aired out, they're going to stop this this kind of deal, but probably not. And the two reasons why I say that is, one is because there's also been $4.2 billion in Pentagon money going to Russia for arms to Iraq, a whole separate story. And the fact that the United States and the Pentagon has been buying arms from this company since May 2011, and they've already bought 33 of these helicopters that they're complaining about now. And the other part of the reason why that nothing will probably come of this story is the fact that this is nothing new. Exactly a year ago, in June of 2012, Hillary Clinton and Obama criticized Russia and this very same company, Barona Export, for selling helicopters, etc., to Syria. So here's some more of the hypocrisy, coin of the realm, as Obama has the audacity to criticize Russia for selling these helicopters to Syria, while our own Pentagon is buying those very same helicopters to give to Afghanistan. So, and incidentally, this very same company, Barona Export, sells weapons to Iran as well. So this tells us a number of things that have been themes in a lot of my videos, and that's that corporations in the military trump national interests. Their interest is selling weapons. Their interest is making profits. So we have this this corporate interest trumping what is in the best interest of everyone else, and having these kind of deals where and this also supports one of my views that you have to really look at realpolitik and the effects of globalization when you start talking about World War III scenarios and all the complexities of global war and the confrontation with Russia and China, etc. The fact is that the corporate interests are so intertwined on a global level. We have to factor in that the people who really control things do not want to damage a lot of these markets. And so this is a good example of the complexities of fickle foreign policy, fickle corporate policy, commingling when your same weapons supplier is supplying the Iran, Syria, and the United States, in all three countries having a military showdown with each other. And the United States has also been doing business with this same Russian arms dealer for most of the last 10 years in Afghanistan and Iraq. So another reason why this is nothing new, and that company's made a lot of money for U.S. taxpayers in the Pentagon. And it's not because they're such a great service. I guess most of their deliveries come years late, and that's one of the reasons why they're having problems in Afghanistan, because all this equipment is delivered late. And interestingly enough, there's even a legal piece of work, a legislation called the Iran-Syria Non-Proliferation Act, that this very Russian company that the U.S. has been buying from for a decade was supposed to be legally sanctioned under this law. And therefore, we shouldn't be doing any business with them at all. But this is, once again, this is how it works in the real world. So here we go. The United States spending, buying Russian weapons to the tune of $4.2 billion for Iraq, and totals of who knows how many billions for Afghanistan. So strange world, huh? Huh, folks? I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?